Hello and good evening from Boise, Idaho. We're here at Idaho Ice World for Game 3 of the Mark Gagnon Memorial Tournament. Tonight, the Everett Junior Silvertips face off against the hometown Boise Steelheads. The Steelheads are 1-1, coming off a loss to the Montana Grizzlies. That's the team we'll be playing tomorrow morning. Everett, on the other hand, is 2-0 after beating Idaho Falls Eagles and the Jackson Moose. Everett's got 9 goals on 95 shots, though we got to say we think there was some very favorable shot counting going on in the Idaho Falls game, but the official record, 9 goals on 95 shots. Let's see, in this morning's game, a quick injury update. In this morning's game against Jackson, Jeremy Anderson left the game with a cut to his left leg that he sustained from a skate blade. He's all cleaned up and good to go, maybe a little sore, but he'll be playing in tonight's game, and he's looking just fine. So, hey, I'm here as always with the voice of the Junior Silvertips, Mr. Mike Meetsma.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Brian, ready to play some hockey.
Excited. The Moose, whom we beat this morning, they have already played their second game of the day and won, so they are 2-1. Everett is 2-0. So we have an opportunity here to take sole possession of first place in the tournament if we can win this game today.
We would definitely like to see that happen.
Steelheads fired up. I like these black uniforms. Those are sharp.
Yeah, those are really cool.
The white underneath the sleeves there is cool looking. I like it. Those Steelheads are fired up. They got some energy.
Yep. I wasn't able to capture the Everett chant, but hopefully the Junior Silvertips are fired up. Who do we got in?
I think Jack leads the cheer. Yeah, tips on 3, I believe, is Jack Lombard down there on our end. Hey, so that's Carson Zadina in goal for us today. Carson, where'd my stats go? I done lost my stats. Carson against Idaho Falls yesterday, he had 18 saves on 20 shots, not shunny twats, but 20 shots. Well then.
That's a moment. Good morning. That's a moment for editing. Sorry, folks.
Yeah. Whoa.
Sorry, this is a.
I didn't even realize that was going to happen.
This is a rated R version today. Comes out, shot on net, goes wide. Comes out for Meetsma, behind the net for Herman. Herman right out front. Comes out for the Steelheads. Steelhead do a cross-ice pass, have it in the corner. Comes out to the blue for Meetsma. Meetsma loses it, but picks it back up on the boards. Streams behind the net. Does a little bit of wheeling and dealing. Goes back to Guimont at the blue. Takes a shot, gets disrupted. Grabbed by Meetsma out front. Comes back to the blue for Guimont. Guimont does cross-ice to Planderson. Planderson gets tripped up, collects it and brings it up to Althoff on the side boards. Althoff pulls it into the corner for Minaker. Comes up on the sideboard, comes right out front. Scramble goes back to Rhodey at the blue. Rhodey tries to do it.
That went up over the net and hit the artwork up here in the top of the rink.
It did hit the artwork. Nice wave by Brendan. Did it break any pieces?
No.
Oh, I thought maybe there was a...
Nope. None that I saw. The puck dropped back here, and a couple of kids grabbed it, and they're having fun with it. So
Good. Comes out front, Scramble. Comes out for the Steelheads. Comes out, it gets popped out of the Everett zone, back into the Steelhead zone. Steelheads with it behind their net, looking for their breakout. Grabbed in a neutral zone by Rhodey. Rhodey pops it to the blue, doesn't connect with anybody, but Everett goes for a change. Steelheads cross ice. Disrupted by Anderson. Anderson streams into the zone. Comes into the corner, spins. Loses it to the Steelheads. They come over the blue. Disrupted by Walton on the boards.
Big hit there.
Yep. Comes up for Anderson on the sideboards. Wheels over to Corson. Turnover at the blue line for the Steelheads. And it gets stopped up. It looks like a shot from the Steelheads. Blocked by Carson Zadina. Comes out front, breakout pass to Corson. Corson to Meetsma. Meetsma battling hard behind the net. It gets kicked up by the Steelheads. Comes back for Herman. To Guimont. Guimont takes a shot, goes wide.
Herman got a little tip on that, but didn't get it directed into the net. Yeah, Herman checks himself.
Herman checks himself.
And
there
then he wrecks himself.
Looks like we have a little problem with the ice over there. Both Herman and Meetsma got taken out of the play there.
There was a community free skate right before our game, so it could be they had a little trouble with the Zamboni. They had to take it back and do a little work on it.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
maybe
if
they were dumping,
if you take a look at the ice, it's really
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 you
rough
can see
here.
right in front of us. It's pretty gouged up.
I mean, they dumped a lot of water on the ice here today.
We got a bonus puck laying back here. Oh, here we go. Hey, there's a couple of kids over here to our right, so I'm gonna go put some more tape down on the cords. I'll be right back.
Okay. So we're gonna have a face-off here. Looks like Althoff, Minaker, and Phillipps. Pops out front, goes back behind the net, gets rifled up to the blue line. Good battle here, gets popped out by Phillipps. Big race to the puck by Minaker. Good job by Minaker to hinge on that puck. Hard shot back out to the blue line, gets disrupted and comes out for the Steelheads. Comes back behind the net for McCutcheon. McCutcheon spins, falls on the play. Grabbed up by Rhodey.
Rhodey's got 3 points so far in the tournament, a goal and 2 assists. Let me correct that. 3 assists. 3 assists for Rhodey. Tripping penalty called.
On who?
I could not tell. I had just
right,
getting back from looking at my notes.
We'll wait for the update on the score, where we could look at
the penalty box is on the same side as as we are, so I can't see into the box.
Comes up for Walton. Walton streams into the zone, takes a stop, but loses the puck. It comes out for the Steelheads, and they pop it into the Everett zone.
So Steelheads player number 91 in the box for tripping. Power play for Everett. Wouldn't you know, it was right when I looked at my notes about that, about the points that happened.
Right. Comes back for Nouque. Nouque over to Poland. Poland streaming up into the zone.
Offsides on Wire.
It's blown down, offsides. I have to remember that Poland has the pink laces on his pants. So I think maybe he did that for maybe my benefit. That
make him easier to pick out in a crowd.
Yeah, I can't keep track.
Poland in pink.
Comes up for Meetsma. Meetsma spins. It goes. Nice shot by Lombard.
Good celebration here in the corner.
So I'm not sure. Maybe you saw that. Was it a pass from Meetsma or Herman? I don't know. Yeah, it kind of went a little fast here, and
no, it's dealing with notes and cameras and all the other things here, and I was looking the other direction when that happened. Looked up and saw the signal.
So I know that Lombard took the shot. So we'll see who actually got the assist on that.
We do have an announcer, so maybe we'll get details here.
It's in the tip zone. They're going to collect it behind their net. Get hinged by the Steelheads. It comes out the sideboards for Meetsma. Meetsma loses it on the ice there. Picks it back up, lots of turnovers. And it comes out shot on Zadina, a good save. Battle on the sideboards. Good hustle here by the Tips to collect it on the sideboard. I can't see who's playing that, but it comes out of the top of the circle, and the Steelheads rifle it towards the net. Take a shot, whiff on it. Gets collected by Everett, and Everett shuffles it all the way down, and it will get called on the icing. Called on the icing.
10:34 remaining in the first period. Score is 1-0 Everett on the power play goal, we think, from Lombard. We didn't get an announcement on that.
So we'll have a face-off all the way.
All right, we got a. So Susie Brillout Jensen is doing live updating on the Team Snap site, and she says that was Lombard power play goal with an assist from Sean Meetsma.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, Susie, this is pretty pro.
Susie,
like we put a little iPad over here, and all of a sudden we'd have stats on command. On demand.
On demand. On command, on demand. I should bring my iPad tomorrow.
We'll have to tape it to the glass, though.
Tape it to the glass. We're going pro. You know, our little broadcast team is getting larger and larger by the game.
Yeah.
We're recruiting. We're actively recruiting.
When we had Ian with us back home running the camera, so we had a 3-person crew. Oh, man.
Comes out on the sideboards for Minaker. Minaker tries to pop it up, hits the ref in the chest. Althoff picks it up and drives it in the Steelhead zone. Chased down by Phillipps. Phillipps takes it, tries to take a shot, gets blocked.
Rhodey got rolled behind that play back at the other end, and he just now got off the ice.
Oh.
He came skating kind of in and then turned back around and headed back. Oh, big opportunity there.
Good play there by Brendan Phillipps trying to just rifle it in the net. It comes out for Minaker. Minaker and Althoff. Minaker takes a shot. Takes it right out front.
Yep. A little extra shove there on Herman. Oh, that's not Herman. That's Althoff. Gosh, it looked just like Orion's face when he looked up. It was kind of uncalled for.
That was a little bit uncalled for.
Shenanigans, I say.
Shenanigans. That was a good rush on. That was a good rush on the Silvertip goalie here by Nate Althoff and Minaker.
That was one of the more exciting shifts that we've seen this tournament, honestly.
Yep. Nice shot by Wyrick, goes wide. Comes out to the sideboards for the Steelheads. Battling hard is Anderson. Comes back to the blue for Walton. Walton over to Nouque, forces him to go low. It gets poked in by Corson. Steelheads wrap it around their back of the net. It's disrupted by Anderson, and Anderson bats it down. It goes back behind. Good pressure by Corson. Comes back out for Wyrick. Nouque with a shot that gets blocked, and it creates a turnover for the Steelheads. And it gets hit away by Zadina, blocked by Nouque.
And Zadina shuffled that up to right to the Steelheads player. I think he might have been better to dump that one behind him.
Yep. So it looks like we'll have an offside.
8:27 to go in the first period. A couple of big boys on this Steelheads team. That number 61.
Yeah, he's pretty tall. The Steelhead player that hit Althoff in the back was he's a pretty beefy character as well. Out in the Meetsma.
Right. So they just announced the goal that we scored a little while ago. They gave an additional assist we didn't know about to Guimont, and then Meetsma with the assist as well. So Lombard from Guimont and Meetsma.
Meetsma. It's not like I've not heard that before. Comes to the corner by Herman. Herman shuffles it back to Guimont. Guimont takes a shot. It gets tipped. It gets blocked.
So close for Meetsma there.
Yep. Meetsma tried to bat it out of the air. It goes back into the corner for Herman. Herman battles hard, drops it back for Meetsma. Meetsma doesn't quite get to it. It goes back to the blue. Good hit by Lombard on the sideboard. Steelheads wrap up, take a shot.
Oh, you could see that one coming the whole dang way down the ice.
Yep. Yeah, that was actually a good setup here by the junior Steelheads.
Yeah, they did a really nice job. Lombard really tried that hit, but he didn't really slow the play down.
Yep.
And Steelheads coming up the left side of the ice uncovered. Ah, ugly. We're tied 1-1, 7:28 to go in the first period.
We'll see how Everett reacts to that.
That was number 16, Murmur, from number 4, Meyer.
Meyer, yeah. Murmur. Scramble in front of the Everett net. Rifle shot gets blocked by an Everett player. Goes into the corner, picked up by Rhodey. Rhodey just shuffles it to the red line. Chased down by Althoff.
Offside.
Yeah, offside.
They might even call that one intentional. We'll see.
Yep.
No, looks like the face-off's going to be right here.
Face-off just outside the Steelheads zone.
Minaker was just trying to catch an edge on his skate to slow himself down. His right leg was chattering.
Slap shot comes around the net for the Steelheads. Disrupted by Everett, picked up by Althoff. Althoff rips a shot into the middle of the ice here for Minaker, but he was going pretty fast. It's chased down by Everett. Everett comes out of the zone. That's Rhodey. Rhodey falls on the play and tries to do something with it. So Everett scrambles a little bit. Comes back to the blue line for the Steelheads and back behind the Everett net. Picked up on the sideboards. Disrupted by the Steelheads. Steelheads take a shot. It gets blocked. Minaker comes out of the zone. Minaker just dumps it on the glass. It goes back behind the Steelheads net and hammered in by Walton to Wyrick. Wyrick streams in, takes a shot, gets blocked. It comes out of the zone. Wyrick to Nouque. Nouque up to Corson. Corson puts it right out front for Anderson. Beautiful feed. Great save by the Steelhead goalie. Good chance there by Corson. Pops out for Anderson. Anderson has it on the sideboards. Comes right out front. Did you notice that, the shots from the corner here, that they're going out front are just rifling, like they're too hard. And I hate to say that the passes are too hard, but they're getting excited, right? Corson streams in, and it gets disrupted by Steelheads.
I don't know what the plural of steelhead is. Is it steelhead or steelheads?
I don't know. Comes up to center ice for Meetsma. Meetsma spins and turns, takes a shot, gets shuffled off by the goalie, gets brought back in by Lombard. Comes out to the hash marks. Oh, big hit. Big hit there.
Guimont sat down there.
Yep.
Fans reacting to that.
Yeah, they like that. Comes back behind the Everett net. Shuffled up for Meetsma. Meetsma pops it out of the zone, and Everett will go for a line change. Steelheads cross-ice pass. Doesn't quite connect. Gets disrupted, picked up by Minaker. Minaker streams into the zone. Takes a hard stop. Gets picked off by the Steelheads.
Good aggressive play by Minaker, or good heads-up play, I should say, racing in to pick up that pass off the boards. I really thought we were just chipping it forward and it was going to amount to nothing, and Minaker came screaming in and grabbed it.
No, that was great.
3:25 remaining in the first period. Score tied at 1. Althoff at center. I like the way the lines have been steady throughout the tournament. The boys are starting to play together, and you can see the results here in the first. Although we've only got 1 goal, there have been a lot of good passes with the guys in front of the net looking for opportunities. Get it in there, boys. We're in the net.
Right, that was a good run there by Brendan Phillipps, followed up by Althoff. It's a good way to just jam away at that goalie. You don't quit until you hear the whistle. Good face-off win here by Althoff. Comes back to the blue. Back to Althoff to Phillipps. Comes up to the sideboard for the Steelheads.
That line was doing a nice job of cycling in front of the net, making sure we always had a man home.
Yep.
Again, I'd like to think that's maybe a result of these lines staying together a bit. So that's something Everett doesn't always do.
Going to change the brightness here. Streams out by Brendan Phillipps. Goes wide. Shuffles it behind the net, gets taken off of his feet. Goes up, picked up by Rhodey.
Looks to me like a penalty on Everett.
I wonder.
Oh, no. Looks like maybe hand pass.
Oh, hand pass. Okay.
Hand pass. He whistled right away whenever it touched it, and I assumed that was because it had been a penalty.
Wyrick, Anderson, and Phillipps line still out there. Comes back for Walton. Walton spins, goes the other way. He's really good at that. I really like how he plays like that. Goes up to the sideboards for Anderson. Anderson looking for Corson, goes a little wide. Corson just shuffles it.
Good job just
behind
getting
the
that
net.
forward.
Yep, just getting it forward. Comes back for Walton. Walton takes a shot. High. Takes a shot, gets tipped by Corson, I think by accident.
Oh, it was a beautiful tip.
Yeah, it was a beautiful tip.
I don't know if that was by accident or by design. That was a beautiful play.
He was moving this way.
Yeah. Goalie had no chance on that.
So that was a penalty kill goal. That was a shorthanded goal.
No. Remember that that ended up being a hand pass. I was wrong about the penalty.
No, my bad.
You got me for a second. I was like, yeah.
My bad. That looks good on the stats.
Corson from Walton at 133.
Nice that Walton got on the scoreboard. Got the Steelheads looking to make a big shot. Gets blocked by Everett. Shuffled off into the corner. Pops up. Looks like there's going to be a penalty on the play. Looks like an interference.
Of course, you know what I was doing. I was looking at my stats. I was looking at my notebook, looking to see who had points and how that last goal affected them.
Looks like that's on the junior Steelheads. So Everett will be enjoying a 2-minute one-man advantage. Face-off here in the Everett zone. Comes out for Anderson. It comes back to the blue line for the Steelheads. They take a shot. Nice block shot by Zadina. That was a quick reaction there from Zadina. That looked like it was pretty well screened.
1 minute remaining in the period. Hey,
look at that.
Not used to having an announcer.
Yeah, no kidding. It gets popped out by Anderson, picked up by Meetsma. Meetsma gets taken off of his feet.
Ladies like that play.
Yes, they did. So we got 41 seconds left in the first period, and the puck will come all the way down into the Steelheads zone.
There'll be about 45 seconds or so left in this power play when we start the second, unless, of course, we score in the next 41.
Nice shot by Anderson. It goes wide. Comes out for Herman. Herman shuffles it into the zone, and it looks like the Steelheads are just going to waste the clock here.
Yeah.
And
I was trying to figure out why Guimont wasn't forward on the blue line on that play.
yeah,
He was backing up, and Meetsma almost got a hold there.
Yep. Why is it do we have only 4 players?
Because that penalty was on us.
Oh,
that's
it was
why.
it was on us. So, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was on the Steelheads.
I thought it was.
We're just doing awful today, to be perfectly honest.
Awful. So anybody that's watching it, even on the Steelhead side later, we apologize.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, you're moving the camera, you're looking at your notes. We don't have a person out there on a computer feeding us, teleprompter stuff. So sometimes we get it screwed up. But
worst part of that is we screwed it up for a good 45 seconds.
That's right. We're just like,
didn't even recognize our mistake. Hey, that's weird. No wonder he was playing
like,
back.
Wow.
Yeah, visual cues, boys. Visual cues. All right, so 44 seconds remain on the penalty kill for the Silvertips. The end of the first, the score is 2-1 Silvertips. Like the energy that I'm seeing from the Tips here. A lot of good crashing the net, more moving the puck back and forth in front there. A little bit better passing than we've seen in the previous 2 games. Like our chances.
I like our chances, yep. If we can keep up this momentum, we're doing a little bit better connecting on our passes. The Steelhead coach gave us a nice compliment that he thought our team moved the puck well in the game that he watched.
Yeah, it was last night's game.
Last night's game, yeah.
Yep, against Idaho.
Yep. So he was doing a little bit of scouting as.
Hopefully he must have just seen the second period. We moved the puck well in the second period. The first period, not so much.
Not so much, but don't want to provide the coach any more opportunities for scouting our team.
All right, Zadina coming down to our end for the second period.
We'll start out with the Althoff Phillipps. Is that
Anderson isn't usually on this line?
Oh, Rody's on.
Oh, Rody's playing forward here.
They're switching it up a little bit, it looks like.
Well, I hope hoping that Anderson doesn't have some complications with his leg.
Yeah. Nice shot by Althoff. That's going to get covered up by the Steelheads goalie.
Given how totally off we've been on our announcing, it's like we're watching a different game, really. Like, for all we know, Rody's been forward on this. He's probably been the center of the first line the whole game, and we didn't notice.
Yeah, we're not doing so hot today. Comes out for the Steelheads. They shuffle it up to the red line. Gets popped in by McCutcheon.
30 seconds left on the PK.
Comes out for Phillipps. Phillipps tries to shuffle, gets knocked off by the goalie. Steelheads goalie. And the Steelheads have it in their zone. Cross-ice pass. Again gets disrupted by McCutcheon. McCutcheon throws it back into the Steelhead zone.
Excellent shorthanded pressure here at the beginning of the second period.
Yep.
4 seconds. Everett's back at full strength.
McCutcheon's got to do something different here to get that out. Big shot here. Minaker comes out of the box. Picked up by Phillipps. Good disruption. Tries to shove it in the net there.
Actually, it was Nouque that came out of the box. He went straight to the bench, and Minaker came in.
Oh, okay. Thanks for cleaning that up for me.
Well, it's the only thing I got right so far.
Comes out front. Another shot. Good scramble.
I like that. You get the goalie moving laterally.
Yeah,
you got an opportunity
that's what
there.
You got to do. Another big hit from the Steelheads. They're getting Minaker out of the crease. Minaker looked like his head snapped back, like he got hit with an airbag in a car wreck. I had that zoomed all the way in. I had a pretty good shot of the.
We'll put some slow-mo effects on that.
There
when
you
we,
go. Yeah.
Upload the video. Come on now.
Another shot there. I believe that was from Anderson.
Might have been Corson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Corson there.
Well, one of the guys in
Oh.
the whites.
Hustle back, boys.
Steelheads with a nice move. Takes a shot. Zadina has nice coverage on the post, picked up by Walton. Walton spins and turns around the Everett net.
That play started with Nouque mishandling the puck, and he's kind of patrolling the front of the net.
Yep.
Honestly, he looks a little dazed.
Yeah. Him up on the sideboards here. The number 44 for the Steelheads, was really chasing him down. So we'll have a face-off here in the Everett zone.
Herman's line is out. Nice win.
Yeah, that was a great win. Picked up by Meetsma. Meetsma streams wide, loses the puck. Seems to be having a little bit of a problem there. Turnover here for the Steelheads. Then they come over the red and pop it behind the Everett net.
Steelheads taking a line change. Lombard calling for the puck.
Goes long.
Ah.
What was that? Offside?
Oh,
It's a two-line pass? What? Yeah.
Is that even a rule?
Yeah, there's a.
I didn't know that.
There's
actually.
a rule, the two-line pass, but I thought that.
Oh, that was definitely a two-line pass. I just didn't realize that was a rule.
Well, I'm not sure if it's a rule here.
Tournament rule, perhaps.
But they limited that in the NHL, I believe.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen one.
Yeah. So
certainly, we've never been accused of having long passes.
That would most likely be a good explanation for that pass, though, because it was all the way from behind our goal line over the Steelhead blue line. So
yeah, most definitely was two line. I got a good look at that.
Yeah.
I honestly did not know that was a rule, and so here we go.
Well, I can't really confirm nor deny, but it sounds good, so we'll go with that.
It was a heads-up play by Lombard, seeing that line change and getting in behind and calling for the puck.
Comes over for Phillipps. Phillipps waves it over to the Steelhead players. They do a breakout, comes back for Guimont. Guimont over to Anders Poland. I have to wait until Poland turns so I can see his pink. Steelheads dump it into the Everett zone. Picked up by Guimont. Guimont over to Phillipps. Phillipps gets tripped up on the play.
Looks back at the official for a call, but none coming. Offside.
Okay, well, that's a saving grace because, looking where I saw, that was a dangerous situation. We had a 2-on-1. Where was the other D? The other D was pinched way high. And that becomes a dangerous situation for the Tips.
12:38 to go in the second. Tips still leading 2-1.
Comes back for McCutcheon. McCutcheon over to Althoff. Althoff shuffles it back to McCutcheon. McCutcheon pops it up to Althoff. Disruption here, and it goes to Brendan Phillipps. Phillipps over to Minaker. Minaker gets taken off the puck. And the Steelheads come out with it, and it comes all the way back.
Icing waved off.
Yep. Chased down by Rhodey. Rhodey puts the other side of the ice, grabbed up by the Steelheads, put it right out front, but goes high. Rifle shot.
Steelheads trip up Zadina.
Yeah. Well, that was nice. He was like, sorry. He's almost Canadian.
He might be, for all you know.
Well, I think that was it was unintentional.
Yeah, I didn't see it happen. I just looked back and saw them both down together. I'm suspecting he just slid into him.
Yep.
Slid into Zadina. Zadina's good to go.
Good to go. So we have a face-off here in the Everett zone.
Somebody fired up somewhere.
Somebody fired up.
Nice win by Wyrick, and then picks it up himself, passes it back.
Rhodey fighting on the boards. Shuffles it over to the blue line, comes out of the zone. Chased down by Anderson. And Anderson gets taken off the pucks. It's in the corner. Comes out, Everett puts it right out front. There's backhand.
A little bit of jawing going on down there.
Yeah. So it looked like there was a backhand by Wyrick that got covered up by the Steelhead goalie.
Well, speaking of Aiden Wyrick, it's the second period, and it's time for this game's edition of What Won't Wyrick Remember? Today's edition is brought to you by Sylvan Learning Center, helping you sharpen your mind. Yesterday, Wyrick realized he had forgotten his toiletries bag, and so since he's arrived in Boise... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man, I gotta cut that off.
Yeah, I apologize. I was talking through the goodness. Celebration there by Lombard.
Did Lombard put that in?
He was definitely the first man to celebrate. My goodness.
Well, that was nicely done here.
You know, whenever I jump into one of those stories, I'm always like, wow, I hope nothing happens here for a second.
That's right. There's like, we need to kind of mic up the helmets and say, hey, boys, we're doing a segment here. Don't do anything.
Keep it chill. Keep it chill.
Don't do anything good, okay?
All right.
Well,
second goal for this line.
Jump right back into your segment there.
Well, now I'm all put out.
I'll try to keep it.
Lombard unassisted is the official score at about 11:20. All right, so back to what won't Wyrick remember. So Aiden forgot his toiletries bag, and since he's got to Boise, he's been deodorantless, and he's been brushing his teeth with his finger. This
Awesome.
afternoon, now keep in mind this is after 2 games, Aiden's repacking his bag to bring out here to the game. And what does he find in his hockey bag? Why, his toiletries bag.
You gotta love that. In the corner, comes out front. There's some exciting stuff happening here while you're doing your segment, and man, I'm thinking just keep on doing it.
I'll just keep blathering on about random crap.
That's right.
And in the meantime, we'll play well.
Random shot here gets picked up by Walton. Walton spins behind the Everett net. Looking for Meetsma. Meetsma streams over the blue line looking for Lombard. Lombard misses the puck, or it was a pass behind him. It comes out for the Steelheads. Steelheads pop it behind. Oh, man, you got to race to those pucks. That's where we got in trouble yesterday or this morning.
Yeah, that's another slow play there by Nouque. I just don't know if he's feeling his A game. He's going off the ice right now behind the play.
In the corner in the Steelhead zone. Comes out for Guimont. Guimont spins, goes over to Poland. Poland cross-ice pass to Minaker. Minaker puts it right out front. It's shuffled off by the goalie. It's in the corner for Everett. Cross-ice pass over to Guimont. Guimont takes a shot, gets blocked by the Steelheads.
Well, I'm just loving seeing the boys cycle the puck today.
Yep. I like those cross-ice passes. Steelheads shot high and wide. Looks like it get hit. It got caught up in the netting. Had to get picked out there by the players. Scrum in front of the net. Gets slapped out. Comes to the blue line, gets slapped back in by the Steelheads.
Ugly bounce coming in. Zadina fields it well.
Yep. And the puck goes all the way to the Steelhead zone and will get whistled down for the icing. It'll come all the way back to the Everett zone.
Yeah, so I might keep an eye on Nouque. I don't know. He just doesn't look like himself. He scored a goal. He had a nice game.
Yeah.
Scored a goal earlier today. But he just looks a little sluggish, and as I said, I swear, he looks a little dazed to me.
Yep.
I didn't see him take any big hits. We'll keep our eyes on him.
Comes out, he gets slapped out by Wyrick. Over to Anderson. Anderson streams into the zone. Looks to put it out front. It goes behind the net for Anderson. And Anderson to Wyrick. Wyrick being patient.
Everett almost looks like they're on the power play. The time they're taking.
Yep.
Steelheads are not challenging.
Right out front shot for Wyrick. Comes out to center ice for Rhodey. Rhodey cross ice pass to McCutcheon. McCutcheon does a nice tap into the zone. Comes back, tapped in by Rhodey. And the Steelheads tap it back behind the Everett net. Grabbed up by Rhodey. Steelheads take a shot, gets blocked. Comes back out of the zone. Steelheads pop it back in for Rhodey. Rhodey does a flop cross ice pass that doesn't connect to Anderson, and it goes other side of the ice for Rhodey. Rhodey picks it up, turns, and gets hammered at the boards for Corson. Corson takes a shot, goes high and wide.
And a good opportunity, glove side high there.
Yep.
You could see a nice big hole that he shot at.
Meetsma back to Nouque. Nouque takes a shot, goes wide. Picked up by the Steelheads, disrupted at the blue line by Walton. Looks like we'll do an offside. Lots of offsides today.
Right at 7 minutes remaining here in the second period. Score is 3-1 in favor of the Silvertips.
Meetsma, Herman, Lombard line. Comes out for Meetsma in the corner, battling hard. Steelheads come out with it behind their own net. Huffle it up for the breakout. Comes back for Walton. Walton shuffles it back into the zone, chased down by Herman. Herman right out front for Lombard. Meetsma, Lombard comes right out front for Herman.
Oh. I was looking at the back of Herman's head, but you could feel his eyes get white as saucers on that.
Lombard back to Meetsma, back to Lombard to Nouque. Nouque holds that line to Meetsma. Meetsma back to Nouque. Nouque wheels and deals, tries to do a shot, it goes wide.
Everett changing a player at a time behind the play here.
Comes back out front for Meetsma, but it comes back to the line. Gets held in by Minaker. Meetsma back to Althoff, to Minaker. I'm sorry, that wasn't Minaker, because Minaker can't be on both sides of the ice at the same time.
Yeah, it was Walton over there.
Yeah, Walton. Comes back for Nouque. Nouque drawing a player out and then passing it to Althoff. That was a great play to Brendan Phillipps. Brendan takes a sweeping shot, gets blocked, and gloved up or covered by the... Who are we playing?
The Steelheads.
Wow, yeah. I just had a momentary lapse of, wait, where am I? Happens to me once in a while. You know, my brain's going along the track and all of a sudden it gets derailed a little bit.
Disrupted?
And I feel disrupted and wheels and deals on something else.
Nice play.
Yeah, nice play. Comes out, that'll be an offside on the Steelheads.
Nice stick check by Poland.
Yeah. That, that came in. He was coming in hot and heavy.
You know, it's difficult to say what Poland does in his spare time. He sells seashells by the seashore.
I'm sorry, I can't do that.
I know, it's difficult to say.
I can't do that. Comes back for Rhodey. Rhodey slides it up the boards to Corson. Corson looking for Anderson. Goes behind Anderson and scrum at center ice, picked up by the Steelheads. Gets stick checked here by Everett. On the boards, good fight by Wyrick. Comes out for the Steelheads. Had a chance. McCutcheon and Wyrick came back and disrupted that. Comes right out front. Blocked shot by Rhodey.
Nicely done.
Comes on the boards. Big hit by Rhodey.
Penalty
Scramble
called.
here in the corner. Is that going to be a penalty? Yep. It's going to be a penalty on Rhodey.
High stick.
Oh, high stick.
High stick called on Rhodey. And then he got kind of tangled up and was holding the stick on the Steelheads player as well. They didn't call that.
Yeah, interesting.
High stick on Rhodey. at 4:25 to go in the second period.
So we'll have a face-off here in the Everett zone.
Your Canadian came out there, the Everett zone.
Zone. Yep. Got the Wyrick Lombard Meetsma line. Lombard back to Nouque. Nouque shuffles it over the other side for Lombard. Lombard hops it out of the zone. Collected by the Steelheads. Hop back for Nouque. Nouque pops it back to the red line. Cross-ice pass for the Steelheads.
Herman and Lombard off for, who do we pick up? Minaker and Meetsma.
Yeah, Minaker and Meetsma. Meetsma and Minaker both battling on the boards. Steelheads do a nice cross pass. Shot that gets blocked by Nouque over to Meetsma. Meetsma shuffles it out of the zone. Nice high flop shot. And Walton will shuffle it out of the zone all the way into the Steelhead zone.
Nice icing.
And they'll wave that off because of the penalty. Nice disruption by Meetsma. Meetsma slides it, or slams it back behind the Steelhead's net. Comes out for the Steelhead breakout. Gets disrupted.
New defensive pairing. We've got Guimont and Poland back. 30 seconds left in the power play. Steelheads power play. That's offsides, boys.
Yeah, that's way offsides. Comes back in the corner for Guimont. Guimont slides it behind the Everett net. And it comes right back behind, collected by the Steelheads. They try to put it right out front, disrupted by Poland.
Everett back at even strength.
Yep, comes right out front here for Corson. Corson streams up to Wyrick.
Offsides.
Yeah, that's way offsides. They shouldn't be upset about that.
Now Wyrick had just come in over the boards, and I think he was still in the zone.
Yeah, what he needed to do was go laterally across the blue line and then stream from there. But that was a good try there by Wyrick.
2:18 remaining in the second period.
So we have the Anderson, Wyrick, and Corson line out there on the face-off. Just outside of center ice. Cross-ice pass to Guimont. Guimont up to Corson. Streams into the zone for Wyrick. Wyrick spins and turns, goes back to Guimont. Guimont takes a shot, and it gets covered up and gloved by the Steelhead goalie.
Coach Bryn given direction from the bench. Pretty animated.
Yeah, there's something there that he did not like. Goes back to Guimont. Guimont moves, takes a shot. It goes a little wide, picked up by Wyrick. Wyrick spins and turns, Has it behind the net. Looking to do something creative. Puts it out front for Anderson. Anderson takes a sliding shot, and it gets covered up by the Steelhead goalie.
A decent little shot.
Yep. Nicely done there, I think. That was well executed. Make a small adjustment here on the camera. There we go, face off. Steelheads wrap it around their own net. Disrupted there by Anderson. Comes back behind the net. Good hit there by Everett. Comes right out front, collected by the Steelheads. Dropped back for Poland. Poland bounces it off the boards. Awkward bounce picked up by Wyrick. Chased down by Phillipps. Wyrick streams it into the Steelhead zone picked up by the Steelheads behind their net.
1 minute announcement just made.
Comes back for Rhodey. Rhodey over to McCutcheon. McCutcheon turns, looks for Meetsma.
McCutcheon clobbered. Stick down. He's slow to get up. There's a whistle. I don't know if it's related. McCutcheon's still not up. He's dragging one leg.
We'll see if we can't get a picture of that.
Yeah, he's limping off.
Help him off the
I don't know
ice
if he got
there.
slashed.
Yeah, I don't know.
I watched the puck shoot up when he passed it up through the middle, and then I heard the collision.
You know what? He kind of had his head down. And let's go, boys. Get him off the ice. Yeah.
Oh, we hope Tyler's all right.
Yep, not a happy camper right there.
2-minute penalty called.
That is a picture of a non-happy camper.
Nah, he's hurting.
Right there, yep, he's hurting. Hopefully he's okay.
Hoping it's just a stinger and he'll be back. 40 seconds left in the second period. Everett about to go on the power play.
Face off, goes cross ice to Walton. Walton with a nice one-timer. Goes wide of the net, picked up by Lombard. Lombard back to Herman.
The official call on that penalty was tripping.
Oh, interesting.
It didn't sound like tripping, but I didn't see it, so I can't comment.
Herman threw the needle to Guimont. Guimont to Meetsma. Meetsma collects it in the corner.
Need to get a shot off, boys. 10 seconds.
Goes back, goes out front, comes back for Nouque. Nouque slides it. It gets blocked. Picked up again by Lombard. Lombard to Herman. Herman. Herman looking. Ah.
I don't think Orion was aware of the time.
Yeah, no. So that was a little bit of a wasted opportunity, but we needed to do something a little bit quicker. But the junior Steelheads pretty much had that collapsed and covered.
There'll be a minute 20 of the power play remaining as we kick off the third period.
Score 3-2.
There's McCutcheon skating around. He's still a little ginger on that leg, but I saw him take a bit of a power turn on his outside leg, of course it was his outside leg. It was his right leg, the leg that wasn't injured.
It's outside.
His outside leg.
The outside leg.
Yeah.
Little chilly in here today.
You know, they do that in ice rinks.
Yeah, they do. Apparently it has something to do with needing to have the ice hard.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did
Something.
not know that.
Gonna have to do a little bit of research on that, but I don't really understand why they have to have it so blasted cold in here. This looks like this ice rink doubles as a curling rink. If you see, there's a few curling circles here.
Yeah, I can actually see on the far side there the Boise Curling Club. They got their sign up there on the boards.
I see,
yeah. So they got it all going on here. This is actually a really nice. This is a really nice location here, the Idaho Ice World.
Yep.
They've got an arcade, a couple of restaurants, 2 sheets of ice.
Nice viewing area upstairs.
Yep, got a good viewing area. Yeah, it's a nice place. I like playing here. So far, too, a good tournament for us. I think that this have been good matchups.
Yeah, I mean all the way around. If you look at the tournament board, all of the games have been pretty close. No major blowouts.
Also, a lot, at least in our games, right? Very clean play. Plenty of hits, but nothing dirty, nothing, that where the games were getting out of hand.
Yep. Cross ice pass from Nouque to Walton up to Lombard. Lombard gets stick checked, but he collects the puck. Goes back to Walton. Walton takes a shot, and it gets covered up by the Steelhead goalie.
I was talking to the boys after this morning's game against the Jackson Moose, and they really liked that other team. They said they were nice guys. They quite a bit of chatter on the ice, and good friendly competition, but good boys, good guys.
Comes back to the blue for Walton. Walton takes it was a pass over to Meetsma. Meetsma on the side boards goes back to Nouque. Nouque back to Meetsma. Meetsma to Herman. Herman spins and he gets picked off here, and it comes out. Goes back into the Everett zone, chased down by the Steelheads. Good job by the Steelheads to chase that down.
Kieran Walton did a nice job hustling back and taking control of that play.
Comes up for Meetsma. There was a pass behind him, but he spins and collected back himself. Drops it back for Herman. Herman drops it for Guimont. Guimont fans on the play, and it comes out of the zone, chased down hard by the Steelheads. Yeah, really good job by the Steelheads to jam that up behind the net. Comes out for Everett on the side boards.
Oh, my goodness, that's a good hit.
Who was that?
That was Althoff.
That was Althoff.
Yeah, he got shoved a good 6 feet sideways into the boards. Bounced right up, but...
Yeah, it's probably a good thing that he kind of got slipped up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Comes right out front. Shot by Minaker. Rebound. Put in by Brendan Phillipps. Nicely done. Score now 4-1 in favor of the junior Silvertips.
Nice shot there by Phillipps. That's Phillipps' second goal of the tournament.
Yep.
And his third point.
You know, I like the class of the Silvertip players. It's like you're up 3-1, 4-1, and they don't do that big roll celebration anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good point. Good point. Like a bigger celebration when the score's close and it matters.
Yep. And I really like that about this team. Nice shot by the Steelheads and gloved up by Zadina. Zadina having a pretty good game today.
Yeah, he's looking solid.
Yep. Hasn't faced a lot of shots from what I have observed. What do you think?
Yeah,
or is it about even? Do you think?
No, I agree with you. I mean, I feel like
really
Everett's had the better of the shots on goal.
Like it's really hard, when they're not collecting him on the scoreboard and. There you go, Minaker. Minaker to Althoff.
So.
Couple of assists there. Scramble.
Phillipps from Minaker and Althoff.
Yep. Comes out by Corson. Corson to Anderson.
Nice look there. That was a smart play.
Beautiful look. Beautiful look. Anderson spins.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson
comes
right out. Nice job there by Corson, Anderson, and Wyrick. Coming down, made a nice look, made a great play. Unfortunately, goalie was paying attention, and he covered it up. So we'll have a face-off here.
Those boys were having a chat before the game back at the hotel about setting up some plays, working together a little bit more. I think you're seeing some good traction from that line.
Comes out to Meetsma. Meetsma takes the shot, puts it in the top corner.
Meetsma from Nouque, I'm guessing.
From Nouque, yep. That was actually a nice, I have to say, and not because it's my son, that was a nice shot.
That was a good shot.
That was a very good shot.
Actually, something that I think we've sure had a lot sail wide, but I'm seeing a lot more power on shots this whole tournament than we've seen in the previous games from Everett.
Yeah, really. I mean, in the whole season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just a lot more
really,
zip.
Yep.
The passes as well, really. The passes have been much crisper.
Yep. Comes up for Herman here on the side boards. Herman comes around the net, gets taken off the puck, goes over the blue line for the Steelheads. Collected up by Nouque. Looks like Nouque, got a second wind here. Everett, no cue. They always do that.
Like back in Canada.
Shot there from the Steelheads, picked up by Meetsma. Meetsma battling along the boards.
Good body work there by the Steelhead, playing Meetsma really well.
Yeah. Like really tracked him well.
Yep.
Took out his hands.
Didn't get in a hurry. Just stayed with the play. Didn't let Meetsma have anything.
Yep. Comes up again for Meetsma. Meetsma takes a shot. Peels off, gets off the ice for the line change. On the side board for Anderson. And Anderson jams at the puck, pokes it forward, getting heavily manhandled by the big Steelhead player here.
I do like how the Steelheads play.
Yeah.
A good game that they play.
Yeah, I mean, very aggressive, pretty clean.
They play good position hockey.
Yeah. Comes to the side here for Anderson. Anderson rifles it through the slot here. Grabbed up for Guimont, or Poland. Poland pinches high. Comes back for Guimont. Guimont just shuffles it in. That's the only play he had. Comes out. The Steelheads get tripped up at the blue line.
That pass in from Anderson to Wyrick, and Wyrick did not see that he was going to get cleared off out of the zone there.
Yeah.
The Steelhead took him right out of the play. Offsides. Check up.
Nice disruption there by Anderson. Anderson and Althoff are having good games as well. I mean, there's the whole Everett team here is playing very well. And it's hard to pick out an over-the-top player, but when we see something good, we have to try to. On the sideboards for Althoff. Althoff over to Phillipps.
Good poke check.
Yep, Phillipps gets poke checked. Gets collected back by the the Steelheads. My bad. And it goes into the tip zone. Grabbed by McCutcheon over to Rohde. Rohde up to Althoff. Good job, Althoff. Just noticing that you have two defenders, and he just pops it into the Steelhead zone. Collected by Brendan Phillipps.
I was watching McCutcheon hurry back on that play a few moments ago, and he's looking fine. He was putting plenty of pressure on both legs and moving well.
Good aggressive play here by Minaker.
Yeah, working hard.
Yep. Comes up, cross-ice pass to Rohde. Rohde looking to make something happen. Goes right through the crease. Nobody there to collect that rebound.
No, the rest of the Tips were changing up behind the play. Rohde gave him plenty of time and put a shot on as well.
Lost visibility of the puck there. It comes back for the Steelheads. They do a cross-ice pass over the blue. Collected up by Nouque. Nouque back behind the Everett net up to Lombard. Lombard tips it, but it gets collected by the Steelheads. Steelheads takes the shot. Nice save by Zadina. Popped out by Walton behind the net. Shuffles it up for Meetsma. Meetsma taps it, but it gets disrupted by the Steelheads. Steelheads take a shot that goes wide. Up for Herman, sorry. Looks like it's getting a little bit messy. It goes back into the Everett zone. Grabbed up by Walton. Walton gets taken off the puck, but goes and fixes his, I wouldn't call that a mistake, but he got poke checked off the puck. And it comes back behind the Everett net. Up to Corson. Gets knocked down by Wyrick. Scrum along the boards here. Popped out for Corson. Steelheads gain possession of it. We're doing a lot of rounding round and round. Maybe we should take a pause here and try to do a breakout. It comes out. It gets poked by Wyrick. Wyrick streaming through the zone.
That was a smart little pass by Wyrick, but Anderson there not quite ready for it.
Yep. Anderson with it up on the sideboards. He gets taken off the puck, but collects it again. Althoff tries to keep it in the zone.
7 minutes, just a hair over. 7 minutes remaining in the game. Oh, what a pretty goal.
Oh, that was a pretty goal.
Beautiful play.
Yeah, that was nicely done.
Nicely done by the Steelheads. Came right across the front of the net and lifted it up and over from the stick side.
Yeah, that was a great play here by the Steelheads.
So the score is now 5-2, 7:11 remaining in the game. Althoff line out.
You know, and you could definitely kind of see that happening, right, where there was a little bit of a, there's a little bit of a slack jaw happening here with the lines, where they're just relaxing a little bit. It got a little bit slap happy. We got separated a little bit. Comes up over the blue line here, shot by Guimont. Or that was Althoff, sorry. Man, I'm falling down on my job here. I can't tell who's who. Chased down by Poland. Poland collects it, pops it up on the sideboards. Does it again for Althoff. Althoff collects it in the zone. Goes up for Minaker. Takes a shot, goes high and wide. Comes up for the Steelheads.
It's good stick work there with Althoff getting that puck in for the shot.
Comes back over the blue for the Steelheads. Steelheads try to drag it to take a shot. Not sure what happened there, but it looks like going to be a penalty.
Yeah. Slashing penalty.
On Rody. Second penalty of the game. Bryson Rody.
6:13 to go. So, something that the Silvertips haven't had a ton of experience doing this season is playing with big leads. We're up 5-1. And, it's tough to maintain your focus. It's tough to keep playing hard and thinking that you have to, right? But, you give this up here on a power play or on a penalty kill, and you're looking at a 2-goal lead with, maybe 5 minutes to go. Still an opportunity here for the Steelheads to pull this off. Everett needs to be sharp, and they need to play hard.
Yeah, I mean, this is the the scenario that you're talking about is kind of the NASCAR scenario where nobody wants to be first. Like, you need something to chase, right?
Yeah.
And
by the way, brilliant tie-up by Nouque back there.
Yeah, that was a great
burned
job.
a good 15 seconds.
Steelheads coming hard now here. They put it right out front.
Nice
Can't
play.
quite connect to it. They take a shot. Sounded like it hit the post. Comes back out for the Steelheads back into their zone. It's collected by the goalie. Chased down by Corson.
Corson working hard.
Yep. Comes up to the hash marks for Corson. Looks, it just looks like they're tired.
Bit of a dribbler there from Corson over to Meetsma.
Yep. Gets put back behind the Steelhead net. They wheel out on the sideboards. Come back for Walton. Walton takes a shot, hits the netting. It gets tipped off by the Steelhead goalie.
Steelhead Silvertip. I've tripped over that myself already in the game.
11.
It's tough to keep that coming out of your brain right.
Yeah.
38 seconds left to go in the penalty kill for the Silvertips. 4:50 remaining in the game. Score is 5-2. Meetsma tying it up here along the boards, running the clock. Good job. Good job, Mike.
Yeah, good job, Meetsma. Not Mike
Wrong
Meetsma. But,
Meetsma. Sean,
good job,
Sean.
Nonetheless. Corson streaming through the zone. Wheels. Takes a shot. Rebound. Can't quite connect to it from Meetsma. Steelheads look to do a breakout. Do a cross-ice pass through the neutral zone. Picked off by Poland. And it gets driven back into the Steelhead zone.
Everett's back at full strength. Minaker off the bench here as Rody goes from the box to the bench.
Poland up to Phillipps. Phillipps over to Minaker. Minaker can't connect to it. Pops it behind the net for Phillipps. Phillipps goes back for Poland at the blue. Takes the shot, gets disrupted, comes out front. Gets covered up by the Steelhead goalie.
3:45 remaining. How's your Canadian feeling? You want to bust it out?
No, I don't want to bust it out.
You don't want to bust it out?
For the Canadian 4?
Yeah.
That would just not feel right, Brian. Just would not feel right. Comes out for Phillipps. Phillipps over to Althoff. Minaker back over to Phillipps. Oh, got tipped there for Althoff. Comes back to the blue for Nouque. Nouque tries to connect to Minaker. Althoff has it at the sideboards. Puts it behind for Phillipps. Phillipps can't connect to it. Comes back out to the blue, gets slapped in by Nouque. See, it's a little bit of slap-happy hockey here. Just going back and forth. Comes out for the Steelheads in the corner. They put it out front. Diving play by Zadina. And he gets popped out of the zone by Phillipps for the line change. Goes back in the Everett zone for Guimont. Guimont to Wyrick. Wyrick streaming into the zone. Hips it behind the net. Gets hit up in the play. Collects it in front of the net. Does a backhand. The goalie just gets a piece of it, and it comes out of the zone for the Steelheads. It's a 2-on-1. Gets disrupted by McCutcheon. Great job by McCutcheon. Walton just about got us a 2-on-1 by pinching high. But McCutcheon did a great job saving that from happening. Diving play by McCutcheon. McCutcheon having a great game.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Yeah, he's playing well. On it. Walton spinning behind the net, presumably to waste a little bit of time. Comes up for Anderson on the sideboards. Anderson pops it up. Pops it into the Steelhead zone, presumably looking for a line change for Everett. Herman Meetsma Lombard line comes out. There's a collision there between Rhodey and...
Rhodey's getting his elbows up there.
Yeah, low elbow up.
Big hit on Meetsma as well.
Lombard over to McCutcheon. McCutcheon pops it up for Meetsma. Collects it on the sideboards, tries to go for the top corner, goes over the net. Rhodey pinches high.
1 minute remaining.
And it comes back for Lombard behind the Everett net up to Herman. Herman tries to tip it, gets slapped into the zone by Steelheads, picked up by Rhodey. Rhodey spins, gets collected by Herman. Herman right out front, rifling shot. Comes up for Poland. Poland takes a shot, it gets blocked. Comes up for the Steelheads. Steelheads through center ice, gets taken, Lombard gets taken out. Goes all the way into the Everett zone. Comes back behind the Everett net. And the Steelheads pop it up. Gets disrupted by Meetsma. Meetsma over to Lombard. Lombard just does a shot, gets shuffled off by the goalie.
That'll about do it.
That will about do it. It's a great job here by the Tips. Final score 5-2 against the junior Steelheads.
Nice win here by the Tips. They'll take sole possession of first in the tournament. 3-0, 6 points.
Yep, well done.
So, overall, I think maybe some of the best team play we've seen out of the Tips this season. Good passing,
really,
the boys looking for each other.
Yep.
I saw a lot of, really could see that on the boys, seeing them looking around and surveying the ice and looking for teammates to get those opportunities for passes and assists.
Yep. No, I agree. It's, all around, I think, fantastic game here by the Tips. I mean, we have to give kudos to the junior Steelheads. I mean, they got some big players. They move the puck well.
Yep.
And, they just didn't gain the opportunities that, they weren't able to, they weren't able to put it past Zadina. Zadina had a great game today.
Well, they were still in it right up to the end. I mean, we took that penalty late, Rhodey's penalty there late in the game. If they'd have been able to capitalize on that penalty, they'd been down by just 2 with 5-6 minutes to go, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Exactly.
It was still a game, right? even with us being out to a lead there. So good matchup and good game.
Well, and it looks like it looks like some friendly back and forth there between the Steelheads and the junior tips. That's always nice to that's always nice to see where you have a little bit of good back and forth. Where it's a tough game, it's a good game. They recognize, they shake hands. And,
yeah, absolutely. Little sportsmanship, good friendly competition. Yeah. That's fun. There's nothing more fun than a good friendly competition.
Yeah, I mean we've got Nouque here and here at center ice.
You hate walking off the ice after a loss or a win, thinking, man, those guys were jerks, and they were just and you spend your time thinking about all the cheap shots and the dirty plays, and then none of that here today. Just good, well played hockey game. A lot of the Steelheads giving a little love to their goalie as they head off. It's nice too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
I like that. That's well done. That's pretty classy. Like that. Maybe we collect a little interview here
Want to do an impromptu interview?
Althoff here.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec.
Let's put Althoff on the headset.
Okay, great.
All right, in the exciting world of live, not quite television, live YouTube-ision.
That's fantastic.
So we're joined here by Judson Althoff. What did you think of the game today? You walked away heading to the box saying, boy, I hope we see some smart play, some team play today. What do you think of what you got?
Definitely better than I think the first two games in terms of the team play. I think they're smarter about finding time and space, finding their teammates, rather than trying to make things happen that just weren't going to happen. You just can't bend physics, and I think they were much better at that, and I think the energy level was also much better, frankly. And that may have a little bit to do with not having either the late game slot or the really early game slot, too.
Yeah, we're going to be in for an early one tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
But, I think this suited us. The team looked fresh. They looked good. I know a lot of boys got in a little afternoon rest, so that helps.
Good to see. Good to see some good goals by Meetsma and a couple there by Lombard. That was
it looks like we see Lombard walking around the ice. He's been selected player of the game by the coaches, so we'll work him in for an interview.
Good.
You want to give him the interview?
No, I'm not the pro guy.
I'm not either.
I feel like
Plus, I got a face for behind the camera.
Yeah, well, let's see how he did here. It's pretty excited.
All right, I'm gonna hook him up. You're gonna do the interview.
Good.
Keep this close to your mouth so they can hear.
Okay.
So how's it feel, buddy?
It was a good game.
That was a pretty awesome game, I thought.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We played as a whole team that game. I thought way better puck possession and stuff like that. And before the game, the warm up, we were silent, focused on the game, and.
That's cool. So what's going to be the secret for Game 4 early tomorrow morning?
Game 4 is going to take the same amount of effort. Everybody's got to be playing their top game, and we just got to carry that into every single game here on out.
That's right. Really well done, man. You looked awesome out there.
Thank you.
This close from a hattie a couple of times. It was really good to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, nicely done.
Thank
Anything
you.
else you want to say hi to Mom?
Hi, Mom. Thank you.
All right, great job.